everybody, it's Anna. Time for the Thursday card in this week's tarot story. So today we have the Two of Swords. I connect the number 2 to a time of germination or rooting in the spiritual path. Swords are connected to the mind. They're about ideas, beliefs, mindsets, strategies, as well as communication. So that would suggest that the Two of Swords is the germination point of the sword's trajectory. This is where the mind is rooting in. It's sort of digging into the ground to create an anchor point. This is going to help it get stronger as the tasks continue. So the challenge here is, what does the mind root into to help it get strong and powerful and responsive to our calling? How does the mind root in? So the card shows a woman who's blindfolded and has two swords crossed. And this card often comes up when it's time to make a choice, right? How are we going to make a choice? That is a dilemma for the mind, because the mind wants to make the logical linear choice, and it does that by collecting data. Unfortunately, there is no data available about the future. So if the mind wants to, it'll have to make up data about the future, which is made up. It's all delusion. So the mind can imagine itself down one path or imagine itself down the other, but it's not real data. It's just a made up thing. So the mind can't use linear logic or data to make a decision for the future. It needs some other resource. Happily, there's this ocean behind this woman, suggesting that the ocean is connected to intuition. So the idea here is that there is this partnership being offered with the mind, between the mind and intuition, because the intuition is connected to the spiritual realm, and the spiritual realm has access to wisdom and genius that the mind does not. So when it comes to choosing a path, it doesn't have to make linear sense. We just want to trust that there is some wisdom guiding us, some instinct and intuition guiding us. And when the mind and intuition are working together, the mind can recognize where it doesn't have access to information, and it can allow the intuition to sort of flow through. And you can see the woman's blindfolded. That's a sign of what the mind needs to recognize. It is blinded in this case. It can't see beyond this step. So the rooting then is the mind learning to root into this relationship. It is not by itself. It is not going to project every possible scenario that could ever happen. I mean, the mind can do that, right? But when it does that, it's not getting any closer to an answer, and it is burning through a lot of energy. So we want the mind to learn that is not a fruitful step. The fruitful step is this one right here. It's letting itself rest into its roots, the roots of this partnership with intuition, and allowing itself to move on faith. It is putting its faith in the intuition that it does know what the next thing is. This feels very closely connected to yesterday's card, which was the Seven of Cups. 7 is about choosing, right? Making a choice, and cups are about intuition. So yesterday's card was about following the heart, letting the heart choose the cup it wants to create the path it wants, and the mind letting it be. The mind cannot pick between all the gifts. They're all looking good, or they're all looking bad, depends on how the mind's looking at it, but the mind can't discern between them the way the intuition can. So we want the mind to learn how to maybe not be totally relaxed in this, because we are asking the mind to move in faith, which is hard for the mind, especially a mind that has been taught to work with data. Faith is not data. You are not believing in what is seen. You're believing in what is not yet seen, right? That's faith. So we are asking the mind to move in faith, which is not entirely comfortable for the mind, but the mind can do hard things. And we're asking the mind here to be comfortable in doing the hard thing. That's today's card. See you next time. Bye.